Oh, there is no time played. Well, that sucks. Okay. Right. So, guys, first of all, thank you very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in throughout today's playthrough and throughout the week's playthrough. Always greatly appreciative of the time. So thank you very much. We have done a full playthrough of Zombie Army 4 on the Xbox One X, including the additional modes, the Horde mode, and the weekly event. And I've done a little bit of digging as well on some of the other stuff, which is what we will talk about in this review. But this is a full review breakdown on the game. And hopefully this review will help with any sort of future purchase on this product, or whether or not you actually want to go up and pick it up right now and you just want to hear what I think about it. This video will be stored on Mixer for the next 60 days, but I'll be cutting this bit out and uploading it directly to YouTube for people to watch whenever they want to and however they want to. So, Zombie Army 4 Dead War on the Xbox One X. It's a 25 gig file. Not that big, but double the size of Zombie Army Trilogy. There are 3 editions that you can pick up. A 4th if you include the Collector's Edition. Standard pricing at $39.99. Deluxe Edition at $49.99. The Super Deluxe Edition at $64.99. And if you buy the Standard and you do want to get the Season Pass 1, you can actually pick that up for $29.99 on top of the original purchase. If you get the Super Deluxe Edition, it is a combination of the game with all the extras and the Season Pass all in one go. But they do chop off a little bit of a discount when you get it through the Super Deluxe Edition. They did do a Zombie Shark Edition, which I've seen a lot of pictures and a lot of people have. And I'm mega jelly. Good on you for grabbing one of those, because that shark looks badass. Looks really cool. And I would have loved to have done an unboxing review with that big shark to show you guys. I think that would have been cool. I did say it would have been fun if they did a collector's edition where they stuck a zombie head in a box, where you can take the skull apart and you can pull the eyes out and stuff like that. I think that would have been absolutely hilarious. So let's break down exactly what the game does right, what the game does wrong. We have a formula that we go through on every single one of our reviews to ensure that we hit the same categories every single time. Just bear with me while I find the the word review that I've saved, the revert template. There we go. So I've written down pretty much an entire page of all the notes throughout the game. Good, bad, ugly, you name it, I've written it down. The reason I've started doing this is because it helps remind me of what we've gone through. And during the breakdown review, if I miss anything, hopefully I've written it down in here to help me with the review. So the very first thing that we always look at when doing our product reviews is the choice of music used, audio within the game, effects, and voice acting. The reason I prioritize soundtracks and audio over most things is because graphics doesn't really matter these days on games. The game could be pixelated, it could be pixel art sort of a style. And as long as it works right, then great, you know? But what we do look at for graphics is screen tearing, frame droppage. We look at any texturing effects. We look at stuff that hasn't been designed right within the game. So, choice of music used. I've got to give them credit, but at the same time, I do have to criticize their choice of using some of the same music soundtrack songs that they did from Zombie Army Trilogy. They also used in Zombie Army 4. But I loved the song so much that it just kept the vibe going for me. It's one thing that I praised quite heavily during Zombie Army Trilogy, that the soundtrack was amazing. And this game does not disappoint. This game has a fantastic soundtrack throughout. What I will criticize it on is, like I said, the fact that they used one or two, I think it's 2 songs that I heard, which were from Zombie Army Trilogy. When you do the Horde mode, you're going to hear those songs get repeated quite a bit. So I don't know if at a later point they want to chuck in some more songs in there, just to help, you know, not drain out the repetitiveness of the songs that they're using. The soundtrack, the audio effects, the explosions, the gun sounds. Oh my god, they're amazing in this game. Obviously, I am a huge fanboy of the M1911 handgun. I'm also a big fanboy of pump action shotguns, the trench shotgun, and the M1 Garand as well. Those were my 3 key weapons throughout the entire game, and I have to say they all sounded absolutely fantastic, including the ejection magazine sound that they used. It all works really well. I tested all the other guns in the game through multiple levels, and to be fair, I wasn't disappointed with any of them. I thought they sounded absolutely fantastic. Voice acting, just like Zombie Army Trilogy, they did a fantastic job with the voice acting. It didn't come across as unfitting for the environment, like misplaced accents or something like that. The NPCs spoke clearly, you could understand them. I always had subtitles on as well though, so just in case you guys couldn't hear what they were talking about, you could actually read the subtitles in the stream, and like I said, I can't fault it. I really can't. I can't fault it. Graphics, texturing, weather effects is what we hit next. Now, in terms of graphics, we actually played Zombie Army Trilogy one week before Zombie Army 4. We played through the whole game for you, so you could see a difference between the transition of one and the other. Now, Zombie Army Trilogy came out 5 years prior to this, and this game looks fantastic. I am running it on the Xbox One X. I am running it in 4K, and they do have 2 tabs, one for performance and one for visual effects. So you could basically have it on whether it looks really good or whether it runs really smooth. So that's completely down to you. And I really enjoy when companies give the player that ability, because some games under a lot of stress tend to drop a lot of frames, the FPS kind of slows down quite a bit, and it can cause some problems with the actual game itself. So if you do encounter the game slowing down when it shouldn't be, because you've got it on performance, switch it to you've got it on graphical quality, switch it to performance instead, and see if it will actually sort that problem out for you. But I didn't notice any slowdown during the 30-40-ish hours of playing this whole game from start to finish, including the horde mode. I even did a level where we hit a 470-ish kill streak, and that had a shocking amount of zombies on screen. Didn't slow down, and it kept on going, and in my opinion, it was perfectly fine. Weather effects, there were some weather effects used in the game. There was a lot of fog, just like Zombie Army Trilogy. A mist tends to arise around characters before the zombie horde starts swarming in. But overall, I was extremely happy with what they used, and I can't fault it. Character model design, they do chuck four different heroes at you this time to play as, compared to the older game. I wish there were more characters to play, or I wish they allowed us to set up our own character. I think that would have been cool. The characters don't really mean much to the story, you know. They're just random soldiers. So I guess it would have been nice to allow us to create our own character. That would have been a cool idea. But with the characters that they had, they all looked great. Their outfits looked fantastic. They were well designed and well detailed, with the goggles and the shirts and the tearing. Even the blood effects that are all over your clothing that you can wash off if you find a wash sink. So I can't, with what they've got, I can't fault it. I just wish there were more customizing options right off the get-go. More unlockables for cosmetics that you can earn in the game. Because I only unlocked a few hats. That was it. Would have been nice to maybe have different color shirts, different color trousers, different color shoes, maybe some props, maybe some funny little gimmick designs. I think that would have been really nice. Glitches and bugs. we had, during the whole playthrough, the only bug I noticed was we had zombies getting stuck every now and again. One of them got stuck on a roof behind a brick wall. One of them got stuck behind a tree and couldn't get out. To be fair, I'm not going to heavily penalize the game for it. I'm not, because it wasn't that bad for the zombies itself. But where the game did show a lot of issues was down to glitches with the challenges, because a lot of the team that we played with, I played with 2 other people throughout the whole game, Willie Mays and Kess. And when we would go into the next chapter, I would see the next challenge, but Kess and Willie would see the challenge before, in the prior level that we did, and they couldn't see the current one. So that's something that they are going to have to fix, because it caused a big problem when we were trying to calculate how many kills we needed or how many trick shots we needed to get that challenge completed for that specific level. So that there is something that they've got to fix, because it's broken. I didn't encounter the bug, but they did in my game. Now, I don't know if that's because of them, Willie being in America, me being in the UK, maybe a ping problem. I doubt that pretty much. But I'm pretty sure they can just roll down a patch, fix that bad boy, and they'll be off perfectly fine. Gameplay and mechanics. I had so much fun in this game. I really, really, really did. And something that I have to spotlight is obviously the improvement in the slow motion function in the game, the X-ray kills. I do wish they would slow them down just a little bit more. Slow the bullet down to the point where it makes impact into the zombie and you can see the bullet slowly ripping through the organs. Some of the X-ray kills are just too quick. Even when they slow the bullet down, it goes through the zombie too quick. You can see the organs flapping about and all that, which looks good. And the gore in the game is so beautifully well done. Like I said, I had non-stop fun throughout this whole game from start to finish. And I will be playing this after the review as well, because I just had so much fun. But I would like them, if they can, to slow down the X-ray. If they can. If they can't, oh well. Will they? Probably not. But it would have been nice to see the bones cracking in slow-mo. And Zombie Army Trilogy kind of did that quite well. They did a good job with that, because you saw the bullet going straight through and the skull cracking and the eyeball exploding. They added a lot more organs to shoot off in this game, to the point where you can actually blow off a zombie's testicle, because that's the thing that you'd want to do in a video game, I guess. And it put a smile on my face every single time I did it. Every single time I did it. It's like, yes, please. The mechanics of the game, the X-ray mode, we've already spoken about. They did a different form of collectibles in this game that the Zombie Army Trilogy only did gold bars and bottles. And in this game, you've got a zombie hand that runs around and does funny gimmicks. And I absolutely love the fact it did that. You've got comic book pages. You've got secret notes to find. You get heroic missions to do every now and again, where you have to save someone who is in dire need of help. And they also used a weapon upgradable system in this game, which is what we'll talk about pretty soon. Replayability and game difficulty. There is a ton of replayability in this game. A ton. Not only do you have level challenges, but you've got all those collectibles to find. You get scored on every single level. You've got a horde mode to do. You have a weekly challenge mode to do, which unlocks more skins for your characters. So there is a seriously huge amount that you can do in this game. Huge. And as I said, I'm not done with it. I'm going to continue playing this. I've got so much to get through. I know I'm going to enjoy playing this for at least another 100 more hours. So the replayability is there 100%. In terms of game difficulty, I found that the game was too easy with the default settings. And what I mean by that is if I ran into this game playing it on my own, on default difficulty, so basically one player on normal difficulty, the game allows you to choose how many zombies are spawned in. You could either leave it on default, where it will chuck in as many zombies around how many players are in the game, or you can manually up that scale to 4-player, even though there's only you in the game. And that's what I did in a lot of the levels, because I found there was not enough zombies to kill to get good kill streaks. Plus, a lot of the challenges could not be cleared because I needed more zombies to shoot. So if I were you, if you're going to play this game, regardless of whatever difficulty you do it on, either easy, normal, or expert mode, but I would consider upping the amount of zombies that run into you, because then at least you get more kills, more points, which means you level up faster. And with your level ups, you unlock extra stuff towards your guns, your gadgets, your unlock tokens for your weapons to add more bits on them. So there's a lot worth gaining by upping the amount of zombies that are going to be running at you. A lot more. So challenge yourself. Do what I did. Challenge yourself. Put it up to the point where you're most comfortable. If you find it too easy, then up the amount of zombies that are going to come into the game and ruin your day. Because that way, at least, you get to kill more of them as well. Any game customizing and stats building. This game utilizes a beautifully well done trait system for guns, where you can increase the damage of your bullets, you can increase your magazine size, you can add attachments to the gun to shoot off electric rounds, explosive rounds. You can add spray to your weapon as well, so you can color code the gun if you really want to. You can cover it in a blue spray or a green camouflage spray. You do have to unlock all of this, and they've also allowed you to add weapon charms to the game, which is, I don't know, it's a cheesy kind of thing. It's something that, you know, you'd expect to see in Call of Duty. You wouldn't expect it to see in a zombie game. But yeah, you can run around and have a bright white or yellow pistol handgun with a shotgun shell dangling from the side of the barrel, because why not? It's a little cheesy amount of customizing, and I really enjoy it because it's not over the top and it's not stupid. And to me, it works quite nicely. As I said beforehand, you can unlock character customizations as well with well, all I've unlocked at the moment are hats. But if you bought the deluxe edition or the super deluxe edition, you can get actual skins for certain characters. And I do feel, personally, there should have been a lot more skins and a lot more uniforms to unlock in the basic version of the game, because it's kind of lacking in that department for me. I don't agree on the prices that they've set for some of the cosmetics. They're asking for more than £4 for a skin. No. I think, honestly, they should have just stuck with 2 editions. 3 if you want to include the Shark edition. They should have just done the standard edition of the game, where they gave you those extra cosmetics. They should have done the super deluxe version of the game, or just call it the deluxe version, and give people the season pass 1 with it at a discount. I don't agree at them selling $29.99 for a season pass. I think that's ridiculous. I've always been that way. I feel that season passes should never ever be close to the pricing of the game itself. And it's only a tenner short. It's only a tenner short. You get 3 more levels in the season pass 1, and you get all the additional cosmetics that they're offering as well. They have already announced that there's going to be more stuff rolling down as well. And they do recommend people do the weekly challenges, because that's a way of unlocking even more skins for your for the game itself. Ooh, stats building. Other than the guns having increased stats because you've modified them and increased them, the characters themselves don't have any well, they have their own character perks. Like, some characters are weak at melee, some characters are stronger in defense, and etc. So you'll see it on the bottom right hand side in green and red, when you choose which character that you go for. But there's no leveling up system with the characters where you can like add strength, add health, and add that. That's all done through a perkin system, which starts off at bronze when you unlock them, and then as you use them or do a certain mission with them, you can upgrade them to silver and then gold. And I absolutely love that system. I really, 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 really do. Online co-op modes, features, and stability. Now, we've already spoken about the campaign and the horde mode and the weekly challenge mode. You can play this game with up to 3 friends, 4-player full story co-op, drop in, drop out. It's really simple to do. And to be fair, during the playthrough of me, Willie, and Kess, we didn't really have any issues with jumping in and out of each other's lobby. It was very smooth. It worked extremely well. Willie had one game crash, if I remember right, but he was able to get straight back into where we were in a matter of in about 1 or 2 minutes. It was so quick. So the initial launch quality of the game is pretty damn good. It's been quite polished. Because if they didn't, I'm guessing if they rushed it a little bit and didn't polish it as much, there would have probably been a lot of disconnections, reconnection, disconnection. But funnily enough, there is a little bug in the game where for some reason it will say that the players in your team have stopped playing and then have started playing and then stopped playing, started playing, stopped playing and started playing, even though they're running around playing. The game thinks they're not playing, and I don't know, but again, simple fix. Problem solved. It doesn't break the game. It doesn't cause issues with the game. You just get a funky little melody every time it happens. But again, simple patch and they'll be great to go. Purchase price, digital price, and value of content. We've already gone through the pricing. And I've already said how I feel about the prices as well. The base game being $39.99, I think that's a perfect price for the game. I think that works extremely well. They haven't been over greedy by doing it at $45 or even $49.99, but I'm talking about Great British Pounds. So for me, $39.99 Great British Pounds, or quid, as we can sometimes say it. I think that's perfect. I think that's spot on. The deluxe edition, $49.99. I don't even see a point in having that when there's the super deluxe where you get the season pass and all the extras. So you might as well just get the super deluxe if you're willing to cough up the extra pound or a couple of quid. But like I said, I don't agree on the season pass being $29.99. That's too expensive. For 3 more rounds and just extra cosmetics, I personally don't agree myself. I think that's too high. I feel season passes should be around about 15 quid. That's just me personally, just my opinion. Microtransactions, there are none. I saw no pay to win, pay to earn microtransactions in the game, no loot boxes, and none of that crap. You can, if you want to, go onto the store and buy, like I said, gun skins, character skins, but I wouldn't really say that's like that. It's not pay to win anyway. It's just cosmetic. You know, it doesn't really do anything to your characters at all, unless they do launch guns that are like super OP compared to what's in the game. But ultimately, yeah, no, I'm satisfied with what they've done with the majority of it. But like I said about the pricing on some things, I don't agree on myself, but that's just me. Any additional notes taken? This is where we go through all of this and we add more into the review by the stuff that I might have missed when I spoke to you guys about it. Online 4-player drop-in co-op. Nailed that. There are 4 different levels in horde mode as a standard. I don't know if they plan on increasing that. They probably will do, to be fair. They probably will. Oh my god. I talk so much. Oh, the game's not on Game Pass, by the way. And they removed Zombie Army Trilogy a week before the launch of Zombie Army 4 and increased the price up to full retail price for a 5-year-old game, and I really didn't like the way they did that. Personally, my opinion, They should have kept it on Game Pass all the way up until the launch of Zombie Army 4. And then when Zombie Army 4 dropped, either take it out and then discount it to give people an incentive in buying it, or just leave it in Season Pass. Or, Game Pass. Just leave it in the Game Pass. Or you could also give people the game in the Super Deluxe Edition. Give them Zombie Army Trilogy as well. Why not? Zombie Army 4 follows the story from Zombie Army Trilogy, so why not, An extra incentive to sell it. There are 9 total story missions. Perk system in place allows for unique character playouts, which is correct, because you could have one setup and your friends could have a whole different setup. So it's completely down to you. The Cosmetic Collectibles. Okay. This is something that we found in the game that was actually pretty bad. The Cosmetic Collectibles in the game, once you achieved what the challenge was, can only be picked up by one player. So if you're playing with 4 of your friends or 3 of your friends and you do one of the Cosmetic Collectible challenges, only one of you can pick that up. The other 3 got to do it again. And that I do not like at all. I do not like that system at all. You're forcing someone to basically do it by themselves or rush the item and get it before anyone else does. I feel that cosmetic items should be shared across every player that's in that level. So if I pick it up, they all get it as well. But that's my opinion, but I feel a lot of people would agree with that, because it's just a spiteful type of thing, isn't it? Where it's like, oh, I get it, and everyone else gives you the corner eye look. Oh yeah, trust you. Now I have to do it all over again just to get the collectible. Not able to snipe lying down. Zombie Army Trilogy allowed you to lie down. Zombie Army 4, you could not lie down at all. I'm curious to why they took that out of the game, because I really liked the ability to do that. And for a sniping game, it kind of makes sense to allow the player to lie down if it increases their accuracy and stability when shooting. Very, very, very weird why they took something like that out. I enjoyed it in ZAT, or Zombie Army Trilogy, so I don't know why they just didn't keep it. My opinion. Co-op challenges are bugged. We've already spoken about that. Heavy weapons can no longer be carried on your back. You basically, once they're used, you've got to drop them. And there's no extra ammo for them either. They've added new heavy weapons in this game that are brutally fun to use. But yeah, you can't. And if you fall off big heights as well, you drop it. So you got to go back and pick it up if you left it behind. The challenges. In each level, there is a set challenge. I feel they made a mistake with these challenges because a lot of them cannot be achieved in groups, which again forces players to do them on their own, or do it without the group knowing and get it before everyone else does. I feel that the challenges should be different from single player to squads. So let's say if I'm playing it on my own, the challenge is to get 10 zombie head kills. If I play it online with friends, it's 20 or 30 headshots as a group. That way you get the group working together during the level itself and not trying to steal kills just so they can complete the challenge over everyone else. I feel that was a big mistake that they made with that, and that's something that I'm sure they can send down like a patch to make it where all the challenges are shared amongst the group. There were some levels that had shared challenges, but not all of them. And I feel you should do all the challenges for groups and then different challenges for solo players. Online items can only be inserted by the person who picks it up. Possible trollage. If a generator requires a battery and a player picks it up, only that player can put it in, unless they put the item down for you to pick up. I get it when it comes down to inserting like a power cell or something, but you might pick up a fuse, for example, that you don't see your character holding. It's just on your character. And yeah, it could cause some trollage. I'm not going to deduct points off or something like that. I'm just thinking, just be careful who you play with, because someone might pick up a fuse box and just run off with it, and then you're just sitting there waiting for him to come back to put it back into the wall. Already talked about that. Not enough weapons in the game compared to Zombie Army Trilogy. I noticed this immediately. There are only 4 snipers, 2 shotguns, 2 assault rifles, and 3 handguns. The weaponry compared to Zombie Army Trilogy is a lot less. And that's kind of disappointing. It would have been nice to have just a bigger mix of snipers to use. Different variety of assault rifle. Yeah, it's I mean, it's not terribly bad, but it just would have been nice to have some. Only 2 handguns and a revolver. Come on, man. Come on. There were loads of different guns in World War I and World War II. You could have given us a little bit more guns. It would have been nice, you know. It was a little bit stingy having just 4. 4 snipers, come on. Why not allow players to create their own character? If that would have been a possible thing, that would have been really nice. You know, I'm not going to deduct points off a review because they didn't go down that route. I'm just saying it would have been nice if they did that for us. It would have been nice. Dead players should have a respawn timer. Ugh. Again, this is something that could actually cause a lot of trollage. There are some events that send an unlimited amount of zombies at you, that if you don't complete the event or go through a certain door, a player could be running around basically just killing zombies for about an hour while you sit there and watch. I feel that any player that dies, they should either get hit with a respawn timer or they enter the game at a certain point during those sort of events, just so you're not watching one person running around killing a shitload of zombies. That's just my opinion, but I think it can open it to people just sitting there getting bored watching another person running around shooting loads of zombies. So I think they should maybe insert a timer there, just so players that do die can respawn in. And then help with that challenge, or go through the door and trigger a cutscene, which then pushes you into the next area itself. Slow-mo destruction could be slower to show the destruction and the damage of the body bits. We've already spoken about that. The in-game references, movie references, and Titanic references. Right. This is something this game put a smile on my face. There are a lot of movie references in this game and a lot of game references in this game. So let me know in the YouTube comments all the references you find, because me and the team probably found about 10 plus different references. To Titanic, to Duke Nukem, to It the Clown. It was absolutely amazing. So again, let me know in the YouTube comments how many references you find, because it would be nice to see how many they did insert in this game. But there are quite a lot to find, so good luck trying to find them all. The sticker book collection. As you do challenges throughout the game, as you do your kills, as you do your story missions, as you do really cool fatality moves and stuff like that, you can earn stickers for the records book. And I love the idea of a sticker book and collecting stickers and collecting the shinies, which is like the super achieved ones that you could, like with special kills and stuff like that. I love that idea a lot. I think they did a fantastic job with that idea, and it works very well for someone like me, because when I was a kid, I was collecting Pokemon stickers, football stickers, Digimon stickers, you name it. I was probably collecting it. So I thought that was a great little concept to do, and to me, it worked very, very well. Everything else I've read. Everything else I've spoke about. Everything else I have gone through. And I don't think there's anything else that at this time that I could really think about that would sway my mind on my review or my review score. And I really do hope that this chat has helped you come to a decision whether or not you want to grab it. Well, unless you're waiting for the scoring. But in my mind, with all the fun that I had in this game, that it was just non-stop fun. There wasn't anything majorly bad about the game to remove bulk points off my review. There are just a lot of like little knickknacks throughout the game that we didn't agree with. We didn't feel that they should have done it that way. It kind of ruins some of the experience. So instead of going through all of it and knocking off tiny little points, which would just be a headache, because there is so much to cover in this game. And again, there wasn't anything majorly bad about it. It was just fun from start to finish. I am happy ending this review on a very high, very, very positive 9 out of 10. It is a must buy if you're a fan of zombie games, if you're a fan of Sniper Elite games, but in my opinion, it is well worth the purchase. If you're a fan of the old game, please try and see if you can play it with some friends, because it's a great way to add to the experience, and it works out so well. But yeah, I'm happy closing this review, getting ready to prep for the next one, because I've got a surprise for you guys tomorrow. A big surprise for you tomorrow. But I just want to say a big thank you again to Kess and Willie Mays for helping me throughout this review and getting it all complete and done. I was hoping Kess would be able to play with us right up to the end, but I tried contacting her and I couldn't get through. But yeah, Zombie Army 4 Dead War earns a 9 out of 10. Boing!